And a good morning to those of you who are watching this video today. Welcome back to NASCAR Thunder 2003 for race 23 of 36, aka race 2 of the Watkins Glen doubleheader. We're racing in the daytime for the Sirius satellite radio at the Glen. Qualifying wrapped up a little while ago. We ended up qualifying 11th. So again, recap of last night, a lot of exciting battling in the late stages of the second race between Dylan Murray, Jeff Gordon, Dale Jarrett, and Mark Martin. Ultimately, the road course king, Jeff Gordon, ended up winning that race when Dylan Murray overblew turn 6. With no right side, no less, by the way. Somehow his tire didn't blow. And Jeff Gordon could very well close in on that points lead, on that number one seed in the playoffs. He's also closed in on the regular season points lead by about 20 points with that win. So here's Joe Moore and Barney Hall for race 2. Sorry, I lied. So 150,000, 173. So it'd be here. So I know I said last night that both races will earn about $300,000 in winner's purse. Well, over 300,000, 323,000 between these two races. Here's MRN.
The NASCAR Western Cup Series made a right turn today on its way to Watkins Glen International for today's race, the Sirius satellite radio at the Glen. There aren't many road courses on the NASCAR Western Cup schedule. What will the drivers have to deal with in this one, Barney?
Well, 7 out of the 11 corners here are to the right. You want a car that can turn both ways with ease. Of course, that's a lot easier said than done.
The Monte Carlo car has put together a great season so far.
Being in the top 5 is a huge boost in self-confidence. I know everyone on that team is very happy with their performance this season, rightfully so.
John Andretti finds himself in a bit of a slump.
Oh, he definitely wants to turn things around starting now. His whole crew seems determined to pull out of this slump. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull off at least the top 15.
Something a little out of the ordinary in this one for Greg Biffle.
You're right, it's going to be tough for him. You get so used to starting up front, and then you have an off week and you have to start towards the back. Then when race day comes, you feel like you passed 1,000 cars at the end. And worse yet, sometimes you never make it to the front.
Starting in row 2 will be the Jeep Goodrich Service Plus Chevrolet and the Alltel Ford. In row 3 are the Target Dodge and the M&M Pontiac. In row 4 are the Team Rusty Ford and the Home Depot Pontiac. Rounding out the top 10 starting spots are the Monte Carlo car and the Hamilton Ford. The 6th row has the Tide Ford and the Ganassi Racing Dodge. In row 7 are the Kodak Chevrolet and the 23 car. Starting the race from row 8 are the Pintoil Chevrolet and the Citgo Ford. And in row 9 are the 27th car and the Singular Wireless Chevrolet. Starting in row 10 will be the UPS Ford 24 car. In row 11 are the Sprint Dodge and the Rubbermaid Ford. In row 12 are the Kellogg Chevrolet and the 63 car. Row 13 finds the Dodge dealer's UAW Dodge and the 26 car. The 14th row has the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet and the UAW Delphi Chevrolet. In row 15 are the Valvoline Pontiac and the Cheerios Dodge. Starting the race from row 16 are the America Online Chevrolet and the Interstate Batteries Pontiac. Row 17 has the DeWalt Power Tools Ford and the Dale Jr. Chevrolet. Starting in row 18 will be the Dodge dealer's UAW Dodge and the 98 car. In row 19 are the Lowe Chevrolet and the Caterpillar Dodge. In row 20 are the 46 car and the 7 car. Back in row 21, we have the 16 car and the Fam Racing Dodge. And rounding out the field is the Design car.
Race 2 of the Watkins Glen doubleheader today has Mark Martin on the pole this time. Great qualifying run for guys like Ken Schrader and Elliott Sadler, who are towards the bottom of the point sheet this year, who have been. As you saw in the lineup, last night's winner, Jeff Gordon, starts today in 20th, driving the regular DuPont paint scheme. So just like yesterday, 22 more laps on tap today around a 2.5 mile road course. Mark Martin, Elliott Sadler on the pole. Let's go. Sadler already getting kicked wide out in the outside groove by the looks of it. He already loses third to Harvick. Jimmy Spencer on the outside lane, driver's right. He's under attack by Rusty Wallace for fifth as they make their way down the chute and into turn 6. Dylan trying to force it 3 wide, thinks better of it. Away on the inside, it's nudged by Wallace. Norway and Wallace battling for 5th. Norway goes wide, barely misses that corner, or the edge of that wall that juts out. That's where a lot of bad crashes have happened here in the past. Sam Hornish and Jeff Gordon come to mind back in 2009. Here comes Dylan Norway trying to set up Newman for 3rd at the line. Mark Martin leads, followed by Kevin Harvick, Ryan Newman, and Dylan Murway, but it's going to be Dylan Murway in 3rd by the time they get out of turn 1. Murway following the draft of Harvick here, going out of the S's and into the bus stop for Murway outside of Harvick. Oh, contact. Everyone seems to think better of it. And here comes Dylan Murway. He could very well take the lead here by the time turn 7 comes around. Nope, bad line. And here comes Dylan with the spot. Martin comes down. And then coming out of turn 7, Dylan will take the lead. Ooh, contact. Martin with the bumper in turn 1. Dillon goes wide. 3 wide, almost 3 wide. Oh, they are 3 wide. Martin, Harvick, and Dillon. Dillon ends up being the biggest loser out of all this, falling back to the 3rd position after starting 10th. We're trying to look for a spot on the inside. Sets up Martin, or tries to. Crossing. Contact with Harvick. More contact. 3 wide. 3 wide. No. Martin backs out of it. Is Kevin Harvick out front now? Neck and neck with him. Oh, Martin, big wreck in the carousel. My goodness. Mark Martin with a big hit into the barriers as Kevin Harvick races to the caution flag here on lap 4. What a lick, though, on that 6 car. And Jeff Gordon gets into him. As Martin came back going, no, Jeff Gordon almost didn't see him and runs into the back of Mark. Big damage to that car. Everybody's going to pit early here for some reason. I don't know if they're banking on early yellows or what, but big damage for the top 2 pointsmen. Again. So, Dylan Murray comes out in 2nd. Harvick is your leader. Rusty Wallace is 3rd for this restart. Green flag. Jeff Gordon, looks like Jeff Gordon was back there. It was a red car further back in the group. I think it might have been Elliott Sadler. There's out front. Here comes Murray trying to set up Harvick on the inside. Oh, they bang. Somehow they get out of it. Dylan throws a block on Newman. Out front, it is Kevin Harvick racing towards turn 5. There's a crash or caution somewhere. Rusty gets into the wall. Jumps across the track. Gets into the side of Dylan. Here comes Tony Stewart. They're in 3rd. A lot of contact there. Oh, wow. Somebody had an issue. A lot of slow cars heading to that inner loop as the 2nd yellow of the day comes out here on lap 7. Oh, big mess. Look at this. Wow, big crash. Jeremy Mayfield, Bobby Labonte, Frank Kimmel involved. Who was all in that? I only caught the back end of that incident. Curious, who all got a piece of that? I saw Mayfield was turned. Bobby Labonte, Bobby Hamilton, possibly Michael Waltrip, Todd Bodine, So that took 3 cars out of the race. So Bodine, Mayfield, and Kimmel. And somehow from that first accident with Martin, he's still hanging on in the 12th position with no right front. Green flag back into the air. This race does fly by quick, so I said the aggression was going to be just ratcheted up even higher heading into these final few weeks as Stewart just bumps Dylan off course. Could that be desperation setting in? You got 3 drivers here that do not have wins in the top 5. And, oh, there it is. Payback for Tony Stewart in the S's here at Watkins Glen. Payback. Dylan gets sent wide by Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart gets turned in the S's. As they race back to the yellow. You knew this was going to be kind of interesting here. And, first race was tame. We had 2 yellows, and we basically raced green nonstop all the way through. Here, death. Norway overshoots the corner in 6. Got 3 Fords inside the top 5 that have not won. Dylan Norway and Kevin Harvick have won this season. Yep. Payback for Tony Stewart. And Dylan tried getting Ricky Rudd too. Everybody missed that somehow. Somehow everybody missed the spinning Tony Stewart. Green flag back into the air again. 8 laps to go this time. Rudd all the way downstairs on a pass. Murway misses the corner. Neck and neck here up to up to turn 2 in the S's. Harvick, Newman, Wallace, Murway, Rudd, the top 5. By the way, Tony Stewart was taken out of the race. Burton up there in 6th. He needs a win. A lot of drivers up here that have not won this season. Newman, Wallace, surprisingly. Those 2 haven't won. Rudd hasn't won at all this season. That could really make things interesting here in these next couple weeks. Murway edges Newman for 2nd. He's got the sights on Harvick. Harvick to the top side. Murway to the top side of Harvick. He has the spot, takes the lead in 7. Neck and neck at the line. And Harvick gets the lead. Look at the damage to the left side of that 121 car. That same situation as yesterday. Murway out front. How many positions does he block? How aggressive does he be? 3 Fords in the top 4 or top 5. 2 Chevrolets. Newman downstairs. Harvick in the middle. Murway misses the corner. Newman to 2nd. Newman could get the inside. Battle of the rookies. Battle of drivers that haven't won this season. Of a driver that hasn't won this season. Murway and Newman neck and neck going in. Well, neck and no neck going into turn 6. Newman falls to 5th. This is some aggressive racing. Now Ricky Rudd is out front here at the line. You think he remembers that little move he pulled earlier, that last yellow? Yeah. Murway is just blocking aggressively at this point. Murway hits the wall, bounces in the run. Everybody blocking. Wallace falls out of contention. Two forwards battling for the win. Newman aggressively to the inside. Oh, Newman. Oh, run into the barrier. Now 3 cars battling for the win. All of these drivers don't look over the age of 25. Murway, the youngest of the 3. He makes contact with Harvick. This is physical. I think he remembers that last lap pass that Gordon put on him in 7. Amazing battling all throughout the pack. Here's Elliott Sadler up in 4th. Where did he come from? In the Wood Brothers car. Murway barely had the lead over Harvick. Here comes Newman back up top. Debris. Somewhere there was a car with a problem. Looked like might have been debris from somebody. Jimmy Johnson is up there in the top 5 now. Murway all over the back bumper of Kevin Harvick. That's all Newman needs to see. As they race to the caution flag. Everybody battling further back. Harvick gets into Sadler. Crazy racing here late at Watkins Glen. As you got a bunch of cars slowing into the infield, one half. Then you got the other half here racing to the caution flag. Ryan Newman pretty much out of the throttle at this point. As Glen gets to him, but he opts to stay behind him in this time. Steve Park lost a hood. See his hood on the front stretch. A lot of cars slowing up because of this. It looks like Robbie Gordon ran over the hood. So, 3 laps to go. Oh, white and checkered flag. Ryan Newman wins Watkins Glen in a 2-feet shootout.
Lots of caution laps were run in this race.
Well, lots of cautions usually mean only one thing: a lot of damaged race cars. I know the teams aren't happy about that.
The Monte Carlo car suffered some damage in this one and ultimately paid the price for it.
Well, Joe, they're bound to have bad days in this NASCAR Winston Cup Series. The key is having a team that can put everything back together and continue forward at the same time. These guys will be fine.
From all of us here at EA Sports and MRN, thanks for joining us today. Next up is Tiburon.
Wow. What kind of an interesting finish. I thought we were going to get a 1-lap restart, but it was more of a 50-feet restart as Ryan Newman ends up winning race 2 here at Watkins Glen. Ryan Newman wins today at Watkins Glen. Dylan Murway 2nd, Kevin Harvick 3rd, Jimmy Johnson 4th, Elliott Sadler 5th, Rusty Wallace 6th, Sterling Marlin 7th, Jeff Burton 8th, Ricky Craven 9th, and Mark Martin 10th. 4 caution flags today for 8 laps, 7 lead changes among 5 drivers. Ryan Newman pockets $173,000. Race took a little over an hour. Hour and 3 minutes. Average speed 50 miles an hour and margin of victory 0.428 thousandths of a second. Great run for Elliott Sadler, though, finishing 5th, as Ryan Newman gets his first career Winston Cup win on a road course. So Frank Kimmel, Jeremy Mayfield, and Todd Bodine retired from the race in that big pileup earlier. But the majority of these cars back here were in that big wreck off of the back of the S's. So begins the Daytona Tour. 3 different races on 3 different track configurations. Step back in time to the 1940s, where NASCAR first began on the sandy beach of Daytona. 62 laps there. And then the Daytona Road Course, and then the Daytona Super Speedway. These 2 will be on the same day, so 75 laps of action. The Daytona Road Course will be early in the morning, and then the Pepsi 400 will be at night to allow Daytona to convert from road course to super speedway. Three races left. How about this? Top 6 beginning to take shape. Tony Stewart, Rusty Wallace, Ricky Rudd, Kurt Busch, Bill Elliott, and Jeff Burton are the 6 drivers highest in points. Earnhardt Jr. somehow made it into the top 16. So Jr., Burton, Elliott, Busch, Rudd. So Stewart, Wallace, Rudd, Busch, Burton, and Elliott. And then Jr. is hanging on by a thread, essentially. Burton slowly moving into the top 15. He's in 14th as of right now. So could be a lot of opportunities here. Remember, Newman won, so that moves the cut line further. He was not in that points conversation heading into the playoffs. So Mark Martin won the pole for Watkins Glen Race 2. Harvick led the most laps. Johnson passed the most cars. Dillon had the fastest lap. Ryan Newman was the best rookie, and Jeff Burton made the best pass. Rookie of the Year, as of right now, as it stands, Dylan Murray has a pretty commanding lead because of his 5 wins over Jimmy Johnson. Ryan Newman moves closer to him for second. Mark Martin has 6 poles this season. 12 drivers have earned the Budweiser Pole Award. The Jackpot 5, the top 5 from the Coke 600, which was Jeff Gordon, Earnhardt Jr., Robbie Gordon, Sterling Marlin, and Dale Jarrett. Any of those 5 drivers win tonight, win at Daytona, the Oval, they earn $1 million. But if you're Robbie Gordon or Dale Jr., you win there, you're in the playoffs. Chevrolet is a 5-point lead over Ford in the Manufacturer Championship. Dodge is in 3rd, pretty far back. They're 58 back, and then Pontiac is in 4th in the basement. Dylan Murray has a 60-lap lead over Jeff Gordon in the lap championship standings. So, the Daytona Tour will begin on the sandy beaches of Daytona. We will see you then.